How'd you find me?
You stole William Strang's Lady with the Red Hat from the tape.
You can't prove that was me.
Red Notice 2 has been in the works for a while, but updates have been pretty slow since the first movie dropped. The original Red Notice was a massive hit on Netflix, becoming one of the platform's most watched movies ever. It's an action comedy led by a superstar trio, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The movie hit Netflix on November 5, 2021. Critics weren't impressed. It only scored 37% on Rotten Tomatoes, but audiences definitely tuned in, clocking over 453 million hours of viewing time. It had everything you'd expect from a modern streaming blockbuster, a $200 million budget, big names, flashy stunts, and plenty of twists. With stars like Gadot, Reynolds, and Johnson all used to leading huge franchises, Netflix was already eyeing sequels before the first one even launched. Since then, though, there hasn't been much confirmed about Red Notice 2. As for when it's coming out, there's no release date. If Netflix decides to push it ahead quickly, filming likely wouldn't start until late 2026 or 2027, which means the movie probably wouldn't land before 2028. The earliest talk about a sequel came in January 2022, when Deadline reported Netflix was planning to film Red Notice 2 and 3 back-to-back. At the time, the plan was to start production in early 2023, depending on the cast's schedules, but clearly that didn't pan out. The latest update on Red Notice 2 actually came from Gal Gadot herself. In an interview with Collider at Netflix's Tudum fan event, she shared that she's already read the script and that the production team has been talking about it. She didn't spill any plot details, but she did say she's really excited for the sequel. "We're all talking about it," the Snow White actress said. "I don't know if I can say anything. I already read the second script and it's, whoo! We're all very excited about it," she added. By October 2022, producers Beau Flynn and Hiram Garcia gave a little update, saying plans for both the second and third movies were being discussed. So while there's been plenty of talk, the project still doesn't have the green light. "Well, we have a Red Notice 2 script and almost 3. The plan is, hopefully if Hiram and I have our way, that we would make those movies back-to-back, but it's going to be all about the scripts and how we feel, and how Dwayne, Gal, and Ryan feel about them. But that franchise is a blast, and obviously Netflix really wants it, and Rawson is committed." From what the producers have shared, there doesn't seem to be a set timeline for Red Notice 2, which isn't exactly encouraging for fans hoping to see it soon. To make things messier, reports started popping up in May 2024, suggesting that Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson clashed during the making of the first movie. According to reports, Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson didn't exactly see eye to eye while filming the first movie. Word is that Reynolds grew frustrated with Johnson's habit of showing up late, with one incident supposedly having The Rock arrive nearly 5 hours behind schedule. That led to a fight between the two, and allegedly they didn't speak for years afterward. While TMZ later suggested that things between them are better now, nothing solid has come out about them teaming up again for Red Notice 2. It's been about 4 years since the first film premiered, and even though fans loved the banter between Reynolds and Johnson on screen, that behind-the-scenes drama could explain why the sequel hasn't gained momentum yet. As for the story, Netflix hasn't shared any official story details for Red Notice 2 yet, but the first film ended on a clear cliffhanger. Before I get to that cliffhanger, let me first start with the backstory that kicks off Red Notice. Way back in the 1st century BC, Roman general Mark Antony gifted Egyptian Queen Cleopatra 3 priceless bejeweled eggs as a wedding present. Over the centuries, the eggs vanished. 2 were eventually discovered by a farmer in 1907, but the third remained missing for over 2,000 years. Fast forward to the present day, and FBI profiler John Hartley is on the case when one of the eggs is stolen from the Museo Nazionale di Castel Sant'Angelo in Rome. He teams up with Interpol agent Urvashi Das to track down the thief, Nolan Booth, a world-famous art burglar. They manage to catch up with Booth at his hideout in Bali and arrest him, but things take a twist. Booth's rival, the cunning Sarah the Bishop Black, swoops in, steals the egg, and cleverly frames Hartley in the process. Doss ends up throwing Hartley into a remote Russian prison alongside Booth, convinced he was behind the theft. While locked up, Hartley pitches an idea: team up with Booth to take down Black. If they succeed, Booth will finally earn the title of world's #1 art thief, and Hartley will clear his name. The two manage to break out of prison and head to Valencia, where the second egg is being kept by arms dealer Sotto Voce. Disguised at his masquerade ball, they sneak into his vault and clash with Black over the egg. That's when Black reveals she's actually working with Voce. The pair torture Hartley until Booth gives up what he claims is the location of the third egg. But once Black betrays Voce and takes off for Egypt, Booth confesses to Hartley that he lied. The real egg isn't in Egypt at all, it's hidden in Argentina. Booth explains that the location was carved into his late father's watch, which originally belonged to Hitler's art curator Rudolf Zeich. Deep in the Argentine jungle, they uncover a secret bunker filled with Nazi artifacts, including the third egg. Black shows up to steal it, but before anyone can claim it, Doss and her team storm in. In the chaos, Hartley, Booth, and Black make their getaway in a vintage 1931 Mercedes-Benz 770. In the big twist, Booth finds out that Hartley isn't really an FBI profiler at all. He's a conman who's been working with Black the whole time. The two share the Bishop alias and are also a couple, having orchestrated the entire scheme from the start while using Booth to lead them to the third egg. Once the job is done, they leave him cuffed and walk away. In Cairo, Hartley and Black present all three eggs to a billionaire as a wedding gift for his daughter, only to double-cross him. Interpol swoops in, arrests the billionaire, and the pair cash out with a massive payday. But 6 months later, Booth tracks them down on their boat in Sardinia. He reveals he tipped off Doss about their Cayman Islands account, which led to their $300 million payout being frozen. To make things worse, Interpol is already closing in on them. Booth offers them a way out, but only if they agree to partner up with him for a new heist that requires 3 people. The deal is struck, and Doss officially issues red notices for all 3. The film closes with the trio scoping out the Louvre in Paris as their next target. So the ending sets things up perfectly for a sequel, with Booth, Hartley, and Black no longer rivals but partners in crime. While Netflix hasn't made any official announcements, Gal Gadot has hinted she's read the script, and Dwayne Johnson teased from the very beginning that Red Notice was only the start. If Red Notice 2 happens, fans can expect another round of big stunts, twists, and heists, this time with the 3 working as a team. Well, that's a wrap for now. Red Notice 2 may still be up in the air, but with all the cliffhangers and behind-the-scenes drama, there's plenty to keep fans curious. But if the sequel does happen, what kind of heist or twist would you love to see Booth, Hartley, and Black pull off next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.